everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to episode 2 of Good for Health, Bad for Education.
Yeah, we finally came up with a name.
Yep.
After how many months after recording the first
After our little few-month hiatus for whatever reason that we took.
tech problems.
Yeah, tech problems. I mean, we're still both sharing a mic today, so
Yeah.
more tech problems, but fuck it. We're gonna.
Giggles had to have the.
We're gonna. Yeah, we're just gonna wing it. So, yeah, back.
If some of you are tuning in for the first time for I don't know what reason, I'm Joe.
I'm young Osama.
So, just to put it out there, happy late Valentine's Day.
Yeah, happy late Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
for every couple out there, I want to wish you a very happy breakup. So, happy, today's the 15th, so it's happy Plan B Day and emergency contraception day. So shout out to y'all. So that's the theme of this episode is sex. I'm just kidding. It's romance, anime. Yeah, where we will be talking about romance in anime, which is, because anime gives very real representations of what romance is like, Nothing says, like, yeah, this definitely happens in real life, like, stepsister fucking incest drama, because, that always happens. That's very fucking typical.
For some reason, it's always typical in anime, and I'm just like, God, why?
Yeah,
it's
anime.
Not Alabama.
For real, dude.
Sweet home Alabama.
Yeah, anime is always on them incest vibes, dude, which is really funny. For whatever reason, that's normal. I don't know if it's, like, a fetish thing, like, if that's, like, a fetish people have over there, but... Fuck it, man.
Hey, I mean, if the age of consent is 13 over there,
that's terrible. That's awful.
Yeah. Today's theme is romance, or the romance genre, or is it more commonly known in the anime community, the shojo.
Yeah, the
genre.
shojo, where they showing and the join,
That's
yeah,
the
dude.
difference between shojo and shonen.
Yeah. So if y'all liked my very offensive Hatsune Miku impression last episode, you're gonna love today's episode.
Oh God.
Where I dial it up to 10. So we're about to get real fucking offensive.
Oh yeah, it's a romance. And quick disclaimer: I personally have a bias towards the romance genre. It's like I can't take it. Maybe because I was raised more on the action or shonen genre, but it's like the romance genre just makes me cringe. So I apologize for the very biased opinions.
Yeah, romance animes are like weird. I mean, in a sense, I understand why people like them because they're so colorful. And it's like. Boy, but they're like very
unrealistic.
Yeah, they're like unrealistic, and they're just like there's like very like misogynistic overtones, which are like really really funny. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying misogyny is funny, but for the conversation today, it's fucking hilarious. Oh, sorry, I'm drinking a fucking fruit.
The misogyny in the anime is just hilarious because they're just like, God, really?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, there's definitely a lot of like slice of life romance animes I like. My personal favorite, the hilarious Harem, which is just so funny because so many people hate it because it's fucking weird, and I understand why. It's
the
like
harem,
the harem anime. But like one of my favorite romance animes is actually a harem anime, which is a Yoriaushi. That's got to be one of my favorite animes ever, which is like a very big difference from the kind of anime that I usually enjoy watching, like very gory action shit. This is like definitely not that, for those of you that have never watched it, like the synopsis is like there's this guy, he's from like, comes from a rich family, but like he left his, I forget what his fucking name is, but he like leaves his like rich family to live by himself because he goes to college, and he wants to make it on his own. He like doesn't get along with his like stepfather or something, and like who like treats his like maternal mother bad after she died. They basically like treated him like shit, so he's like, fuck it, I'm leaving. So he leaves, and no, is it his maternal father or is it his stepfather? I think it's actually his maternal father. That's part of it. Yeah, no, you know what, okay, because his mom was like a lower, like she was poor.
Lower class?
Yeah, lower class, quote unquote. So like the rich family didn't really like her that much. But after his mother died, like they basically kind of like, because he was half, like obviously he was blood related to like the clan, which was like the rich clan, but because like his mother, like her blood was obviously didn't come from such like a prestigious background, they basically kind of treated him like a second class citizen within the family. So he leaves because he's so like distasteful. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna make it out here on my own. So he's out there struggling, like, you know, meeting like fucking, you know, just like scraping by, still going to college. And then like the girl, Yaoi, yeah, that's her name, right? Yaoi. Well, her, the girl, the purple haired girl, obviously the purple haired one. She tries to get him to come back to the clan because they were childhood friends, and when they were a child, he promised he would marry her, and they were gonna, you know, be in love together. So the
childhood friend trope.
Yeah, the childhood friend, yes. And like
we're gonna be delving into all the tropes today.
Yeah, so like that's definitely like one of the main ones is the childhood trend trope. Where like where they basically like, you know, we were in love since we were kids, so basically like the whole thing he's trying to like the whole fucking series is him like having these wacky adventures, you know, developing a harem, like eventually like the foreigner American girl comes in. There's like American. The big titty maid. There's the
Tsundere.
Unfortunately very underage like person that has a lot of very unnecessary innuendo happen throughout the series. Yes, there's unfortunately there's two actually, if I remember correctly in this one. Yeah, so there's a lot of very unfortunate innuendo with those two, and because of that, like, you know, like his harem just grows. So there's a little bit of everything in that harem. Then there's like the fucking mommy figure who also ends up somehow joining the harem. So guy's a pussy magnet, you know, which is like pretty badass.
I feel like a harem is like not every, but like the Chad dream.
Well, it's every loser's dream is what it is. It's every guy who's like, look, we can all get along if you just realize this is the one I will be fucking. You know, it's like it's like some weird fucking weirdo fantasy of like every girl's gotta be in love with me. Like I can't have platonic relationships. They all gotta want to fuck me. You know,
it's
exactly
only romance.
Women are, you know, it's like that same like women are good for one thing sentiment. So like. It is kind of like it's very wrong in a way, but I mean honestly, it's an enjoyable anime. I'm not gonna lie, regardless of all the very like weird misogynistic matriarchal like overtones. Like, no, I mean not matriarchal, patriarchal overtones. Like it's still very like it's a good anime. It's very heartwarming at times, so it's very cool. So I enjoy it. But yeah, dude, I mean that one kind of touches up on like all the fucking stereotypes.
And with me, again, my obvious bias towards the romance genre, the only thing I've ever watched that's close to the romance genre is Inuyasha. Only because, like, it has a little bit of everything. It has a romance, it has action, it has comedy, but it's a very sweet romance. I don't really touch on the shojo genre up until recently because I had to do a bit of research on this. And from one of the newer animes that came out, the one I started watching, and I'm almost done with the season, is Kawa. So basically, Kawa is about a boy named Nasa, and like he's a really he's a nerd. He's a nerd. Like he has no life.
In anime, the nerds get all the pussy, you know.
But like he has no life outside of studying. He's kind of embarrassed. He's embarrassed of his name because like it's NASA. It's like NASA.
Yeah, it's the space program.
Yeah, the space program. So he wants to be like bigger than NASA, which I'm just like, good luck there, buddy. But when he was in high school, he almost died by getting hit by a truck. And lo and behold, some mysterious lady saved him. It's the I save you, so now I'm gonna go out with you trope.
I save you, so now I'm your indentured love servant.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But the agreement they had is like they were gonna get married if since she saved them for some reason. Like just skip the dating phase, just like straight into marriage. But she disappears for 2 years, and like he still has that thought in the back of his mind, but it doesn't really come back till like 2 years later. He's at not college. He's at a high school. He has a job, his own apartment, and then she shows up at his doorstep and is like, "Hey, remember that promise we made 2 years ago? Yeah, let's go get married like right now." And it's just like a little like slice of life romance going through like the life of being married. Yeah. So it has its cute moments, but then it's just like sometimes where I'm just like, really? It got weird episode 3 when you find out, okay, the main character is out of high school, so he's 18. The girl is 16. I'm just like, why aren't you in school? That's like my age. It's like, my parents will for sure never let me get married at 16. You, Osama, would never let me even fucking date.
Get married at this age. Fuck you. Shit. But yeah, dude, it's very
Yeah,
it's
so
very
you find
funny.
out you find out the
like,
girl is 16, the guy is like 18,
they
19.
can't just make animes where people are like of age of consent, which is like kind of
Or at least like make him like 20.
Which is kind of hilarious that they can't make it. Well, Aoyashi, I think they're all age of consent. I think because they're in college.
Yeah, I don't want to make assumption.
Well, except for like the two fucking
lollies.
Yeah, lollies in the series. But other than that, I think those are at age of consent.
Oh, and how we touched up earlier on like the weird like stepsis or like sibling thing. Yeah, episode 3, you find out the girl is 16 and she has this sister figure who's like obsessed with her and jealous of the guy the guy got to marry her when the little girl who was like 14 who's like, no, I was supposed to marry big sister. And I'm just like, what the fuck? It went from being cute to weird in a span of 3 episodes.
Oh yeah, I mean that's normal. Well, for anime, that's normal.
Yeah, so I'm just like, wait.
Yeah,
but I heard different things about this. I was like, oh, you should watch this. It's short. It's cute. And we're just like, there's busty maids.
Yeah. See, I guess the way to enjoy it is understand like you're taking everything with a grain of salt. You know, don't take it too seriously, which is what I like. You know, whenever you're watching any anime, try not to take it too seriously. Because, like, I mean, it's fucking art. You know, it's anime. It's open interpretation. You know, I mean, obviously, a lot of it, you know, there's a lot of, like, fan service done in order, you know, get people to actually fucking watch it, I'm assuming. So it's like, you know, just kind of watch it with a grain of salt. Take it, you know, obviously, like, I guess cultural norms might play a factor in this, too. Obviously, it's different. It's so, different like, I mean, just because we trashed on these, like, shows doesn't mean like you shouldn't watch them, you know, like definitely still watch them.
Like there's some enjoyable moments of Toy Kawa. Like there's some parts where I'm just like, hey, that's cute, like, oh, that makes sense, like, well, I push apart like the weird factors of it and just to kind of enjoy the moments. It's like, oh, this is actually kind of sweet. Like the conversations that the two main characters have about like living a married life together, like it's sweet. Like they don't, it's not like how a marriage is portrayed in the media where it's like very romanticized and sugar-coated. Well, here they actually talk about like the economic factors of it. And like I personally enjoy like the simple things. Like one episode that I really liked was when they were choosing the rings. The main male was like freaking out because he didn't get the girl like an engagement ring, like a huge diamond, like a ring that would like put him in debt. But the girl was like, no, we don't need that. Like, if anything, let's just get these simple, like, wedding bands.
For who you are.
That's basically it. Like, they don't know anything about each other, and they're learning about each other as they, like, go through the life of being married. And I guess that just has its sweet moments. And, like, I enjoy that. But, like, sometimes it's just, like, so, like, there's some enjoyable parts to the romance genre where it's like if you push aside like all the weird fetishes and tropes, like you can find like some sweet moments and like sometimes make you go like, aw.
That's true. Yeah, which is pretty cool, you know. I mean, like just because like there's a lot of cheesiness factors to it, but at the end of the day, I mean they're targeted for a certain audience, and you just gotta enjoy them for what they are, you know. Which is really like whether it gives people like unrealistic expectations of what to expect in a relationship, they're still enjoyable to watch. You know, I think one of my actually favorite animes is actually kind of done right when it comes to the romance genre is the Chunibyo. Yeah. That's honestly like it's really well made. If you guys want to watch like what I consider to be a good romance anime slice of life, do that one because it's like really well done. Every character is very in depth. You know, like there's very few like unnecessary characters. Even then, they all kind of have their story of, like, why they are the way they are. And I think it's done beautifully. Like, it's such an amazing show. The art is good. Even if you watch the dub, like, the voice acting's good. The story is very compelling. It's very adorable. It's very cute. So it's one that I always recommend to people because it's so adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's definitely one that I rewatched. The second season is I'm not really a big fan of it just because like I feel like they kind of started throwing in like the tropes, you know, and I'm like, damn it, you know, but it's like whatever, fuck it, man. It's still done pretty well. The like counter love interest in the second one, rival. Like I'm not her biggest fan.
I mean, everyone hates the rival.
Yeah, it's like it kind of starts turning more into a harem than it was like a slice of life. So it has its problems. You know, the second season definitely has its problems.
Is, like, completely perfect.
But this one's done very well. You know, I think it's done super, super well. So I definitely recommend that one for anyone trying to get into the slice of life romance anime genre.
Or like the high school slice of life, because I know correctly that one takes place in high school. The difference between, I guess, some romance animes is like some of them they take place in high school, which I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
But again, I'm gonna be talking about Tony Kawa a lot because it's the only one I've been watching. Only because that one takes place after high school. It's like, you know, they're already like set in life. They already have a job. They already like they're going through the financial stuff of it. Like, and I feel like you don't see a lot of like romance animes actually go through that. You mostly see the high school like harems or stuff where it's like, I need to give the chocolates to him after this class, or what if I confess to him under the cherry blossom after school kind of thing. Well, this one is just like, you know, you have your sweet moments like living together, or like just going to the park, or like going visiting places. So yeah, I never understood the whole like high school romance thing. Like me being in high school, I'm just like one of the worst times in my opinion.
Well, I mean, they gotta romanticize it. Yeah. You know, they really gotta fucking they really gotta, you know, like
sell it,
give it a kind of dreamy feel to it. You know, like these kids have been in love since forever. You know. And it's like I'm saying, it just goes back to that, like, maybe if there might be a cultural difference to it, or maybe, like, you know, giving people an unrealistic expectation of what to expect, and, like, teen angst, the romance, you know, it sells.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the bottom line, like, it'll sell.
Speaking of which, I think one of my problems with the romance genre, only because I like a lot of, like, psychological stuff or, like, semi-realistic stuff, is the fact that it's romanticized too much to show in a too positive life, setting unrealistic expectations for people. I mean, everyone at some point has experienced some sort of like where you don't see relationships turning out perfectly, whether you see couples arguing, you get into a breakup, or in some worst cases you see like people getting divorced or cheated on. And like I feel like there's not a lot of shows out there that delve into that and like showing people how to like kind of get through it, or it shows the characters resolving those problems in a healthy way. I remember there's this one infamous scene that came from a visual novel turned anime, where I guess these two characters, like, they got married and they're supposed to have a kid like straight out of high school, but the other rival like goes insane and kills both of them. Like, the scene became so infamous. I think it's called like School Life or something.
Oh,
like that.
The beheading one.
Yeah, the beheading one.
Yeah,
where I'm just like, you know, that
it's
problem
based after
been,
like the video game, right? Yeah, like the visual.
Like, and you think about it, like that problem could have been solved so easily, but like, why did the girl have to go batshit crazy? Or like another thing, I'm gonna delve into this trope already, the yandere trope.
Okay.
A prime example would be
crazy bitch.
Yeah, the crazy bitch trope. But a prime example would be the girl from Future Diary, the pink girl.
Yeah.
I forgot her name, but it's been a while since I watched Future Diary.
Yeah, like the original yandere.
The original yandere. But then again, that girl from like School Life is also considered a yandere because she beheaded. She's like, if I can't have you, no one can. Yeah. I was like, I never understood that. Like, I get the whole possessiveness thing.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
like,
there's definitely crazy people you deal with in the fucking dating world, relationship.
Guy, girl, whatever they identify
it's just
as.
like this one. Like, I mean, obviously, you know, there's shock value to it too, which is like, you know, it sells. People want like, holy shit, that was crazy, which is actually like, it's pretty cool. Like, I've seen that one before too.
Yeah.
And it's actually a pretty good show. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've never played the visual novel game or whatever. Like, but the show is pretty cool. Like the beheading thing, you're definitely like, oh shit, yeah. But, like, it's definitely, like, it's very, like, it's a main element of the thing, which is just kind of, like, it's definitely, like, one of those, like, shocker drama genres. So it goes with it, you know? I wouldn't personally say, like, why does it happen? I mean, it's supposed to be a shock thing.
Yeah.
You know, like,
no one's supposed to be expecting it.
I mean, you kind of are, but you kind of aren't because there is, like, more drama throughout the show. Yeah. So, obviously, like, you expect something crazy to happen. But when that happened, you're like, oh, shit, like, she beheaded this dude, and it's like, damn, that's pretty crazy. She beheaded this dude,
she cut this girl open.
Yeah, so, you know, just goes with the genre of, like, crazy bitch girlfriend, you know, which is just pretty funny.
Yeah. But I feel like that's, like, one of my problems with it. Like, like everyone likes a good, like, I guess, yandere story because, like, the shock factor.
Right.
But, like, it's, when it becomes romanticized, that's where I'm just like, whoa, let's take it back a step, buddy.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's definitely
It's the crazy ex-girlfriend meme all over again.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those, That's definitely one of those, how would you say, like, it's definitely something that I feel like the fans romanticize. Because it's definitely, like, you know, there's a certain, like I said, all these things like, are made for a certain, like,
it's fun in
a certain
fiction,
demographic,
but, like, when it happens
you know?
in real life,
yeah,
you don't want it.
But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's still fiction, you know? Like, you know, you can't, if you start interpreting it as, like, in a realistic context, you kind of lose, like, the idea of what satire art even is. Like, it's supposed to be exaggerated. It's supposed to be, like, an exaggeration of something that happens in real life, you know?
Yeah, like the yandere trope is not supposed to be there to be like fully romanticized. It's supposed to be there for kind of like shock value.
Yeah, I mean it's art. Yeah. You know, you gotta take it for what it is. Like you gotta take it with a grain of salt at the end of the day because it's supposed to. You know, as soon as you start thinking like this is what real life is like, then I guess that's when I'm like, okay, like relax.
Relax. This is supposed to be art.
Yeah,
a yandere is not supposed to be real. It's supposed to be art.
You're supposed to understand this is exaggerated. You know.
Yeah.
So there's a very interesting aspect to it.
Yeah, like if you write a good like yandere storyline, it can be interesting. I know like some people like on the internet having trouble with like making it into a game, but that's a whole like issue on itself. But like writing a good storyline, we've seen that happen with many animes. Again, Future Diary. I think again I'm too lazy to look it up. It's School Life, and then When They Cry. Would that be a good example?
That one is
the green-haired girl.
Oh, Hirogashi.
Yeah, Hirogashi.
That's more of I don't know if I'd consider. I mean, it has a love interest, which like basically every anime has some kind of love interest. That's torture porn. That's different. Like you watch that because you want to watch cute anime girls get their fucking brains blown open. You know, that's definitely for another certain demographic. Which is a very, I mean, it's a pretty fucking wild anime. Like they're remaking it, aren't they? Yeah, dude, that's gonna be fun. Because like the original one was, you're like, holy shit, they're tearing this bitch's nails off. No, not the index finger. Oh god, you know, like, and you're like, ah, you're like, Jesus, no, not the pinky. Oh god, they got the pinky. Then there's like the girl that like stabs her like head on the wall. She just like starts like fucking ramming her head in the night. It's a sick ass show, dude. Like, but yeah, I don't know if that would qualify as a romance anime. It's definitely that's as shock value as it gets.
Yeah.
That is fucking shock value as it gets. Which, like I said, there's a certain demographic to it, and like, I mean, you know, like it's definitely pretty cool. It's like when people who like will love to watch like Blood C, you know, Blood Plus stuff like Gantz. People who like watching shit like
genre.
Yeah, you know, just gore, dude. Like that's what it is. You just want to watch fucked up shit. Which I mean, fucking dude. Sometimes a nice little fucked up anime just hits the right spot, you know. Because you're like, damn, gore, that's crazy.
Fictional gore.
Yeah, you know. Sometimes you just want to watch adorable cartoon people get their fucking guts blown out and torn in half. Sometimes it just soothes the soul, you know. Yeah, it's Happy Tree Friends. It's a Happy Tree Friends effect. Which anime was doing years ago. Which anime started that. So, yeah, dude. I mean, like I said, I don't think that'll qualify for a romance anime. I mean, there's definitely, like, good fucked up romance animes to, like, you know, reference.
Yandere definitely is, like, an extreme romanticization, if that's a word, of, like, just someone being possessive or jealous of someone.
Yeah. Of course, which I mean, like I said, it happens in real life. Yeah. So, obviously, you know, like, all art is exaggerated, but, I mean, it's not like that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You know?
The next trope we should delve into should be the tsundere.
Which one's that one?
Baka.
What
I'm mean to you because I like you trope. Asuka.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, it's just kind of funny to see like a lot of like the main guy protagonists in that relationship are like very like just fucking wimpy dudes. Like it's definitely a fetishy thing. I'm assuming it's like guys are like, please call me mean names.
They want to be integrated.
Please humiliate me. You know, it's like yeah, dude.
My queen.
my queen. You know, yeah, dude. It's like yeah, there's definitely yeah. Okay, I mean, there's definitely a demographic to all of these, you know?
Yeah.
It's just weird. Like, I think, like, the funny thing about, like, animes when they talk about, like, romances, it gets fetishy, like, really fast.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it gets a little hard to watch. So that's when, like, I kind of, like, you start to realize, okay, this is made for a certain demographic.
Yeah.
You know, like, the good one to talk about is, like, the Shinji and, you know, fucking Asuka thing. Even if, like, there's still that debate if, like, there even is a love interest there. You know? But, like, I mean, she's still mean to him.
I mean, he fucking jokes her.
Exactly. And she's like, you fucking bitch. And you're like, finally. Like, someone had to do it.
But no, it shouldn't go to the extent of, like, the movie.
Yeah. You know what? I was finally someone shut her up, even if it wasn't actually happening. You know, which is, like, still pretty funny. But yeah, dude. I mean, I agree.
Yeah, like what are your thoughts on the tsundere trope? Other than like Asuka, I'm pretty sure like.
Oh, there's plenty of them. Like it's like that. Like it's definitely like one of those like I said, it goes back to like a weird fetishy thing of like.
You want to be degraded.
Yeah, people who are like, I want a mommy figure who's gonna be mean to me. It's like, okay, dude.
Like, dude.
It's like, relax, my guy.
Therapy's over there.
Yeah. But I mean, it's definitely it's fun. It's funny to watch, you know. Like even if like you're not like one of those people, like it's still like hilarious to be like, she's being a dick to him, like
there's also
fucking
like
loser.
That part.
Yeah.
There's also that part of the genre where it's like they're just mean to them, but they still do nice actions. But just it gets kind of like it's a tsundere because this is like their trademark word at this point. Which the moment they say baka, it's like that's a tsundere.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, which I mean, it's funny, dude. If it makes me laugh, I like it. Mm-hmm. I feel like if it makes me laugh, I'll go ahead and watch it. You know, because that means I'm enjoying it, which is like a lot of animes are like that. I mean, even a lot of slice of life have that kind of implemented in them, which is like pretty funny. Mm-hmm. So I'm all for it. Like I don't mind it. By all means, entertain me. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like. I kind of like harems for the fact that you see like every trope.
Yeah, harems are funny because like that's I think
harem.
That's like even reverse harems or like just the harem in general is like
it's funny to watch.
Yeah, it's the funniest because it's like the most like exaggerated kind of like it's like as kind of like weird as it gets, you know, like those are the perfect pinnacle of like someone who's like, yeah, that should be me, you know, like I can't wait to have my harem. Like that's definitely like, to me that's hilarious.
Yeah,
like I think it's really funny because I'm pretty sure there's people who watch it and I was like, I can make this a reality. Like, you know, and obviously
I feel like one of the funniest but unrealistic ones, but semi-realistic ones, is the reverse harem Kiss Him Not Me. I don't know if you've seen that one.
No, what's
it's about this otaku girl. She was overweight, and the reason she lost weight was because her favorite character in the anime died. So she was crying for days, refused to eat for days, wouldn't come out of her room for days, and for some reason she got really skinny and really pretty. It's that trope.
That's so
funny. I lose weight, therefore I'm pretty trope. I'm just like, no, what if you would look nice before? Who doesn't like a woman with curves?
No, that's so funny, dude. I 100% support this anime just hearing about it. This is I need to watch this because this sounds awesome.
But because she turned pretty, all the guys, or the quote-unquote hot guys at her school, started liking her. But she's still an otaku, therefore she doesn't really fall for them, and it turns into her kind of shipping them in her head.
That's actually really funny.
So it's a funny one to want to watch.
Yeah, because on so many levels, like, there's, like, hilarious factors to it. Like, it's definitely one of those, like, it's made for, like, a certain demographic of people. People who are like, I can make this happen if I just starve myself and get pretty.
But the thing is, she doesn't really like the boys. Like, it's the guys trying to get her to fall in love with them.
Well, yeah, it's definitely that, like, love interest indifference, you know?
Yeah,
like,
she just wants to be an otaku.
Yeah.
She wants to be a weeb.
Exactly, you know, it's like,
she doesn't care for them.
Because they gotta, like, there's, like, a power dynamic to it that's really funny. And like I said, it's made for, like, weirdos. I don't know, you know, it's made for, like, people who are like, all I gotta see, like, that could be me one day. I can turn it around, you know? Like, the same way, like, harems, like, with, like, guys and, like, a bunch of girls are kind of made for the same kind of demographic. Guys who are like, I can make that happen for me one day, you know? Like, yeah, like, harems are interesting. I think harems are probably, like, my favorite genre because they're just so outlandishly, like, absurd.
Yeah.
And I enjoy, like, nice, absurd artwork. That's just so fucking, like... It's so far removed from reality that it's like it's just like, damn, that'd be crazy if that were real.
I feel like Kiss Him Not Me is, I feel like, a good balance of it, because the comedy parts are definitely the realistic parts of it, where the girl is just like, nah, she kind of likes this one guy only because he kind of looks like the favorite character who died, but for the most part she doesn't really care for the guys until, like, the last couple episodes.
Right.
But the most of the funny parts is just her choosing to be an otaku over hanging out with the guys. And, like, because she views them as a platonic relationship, while the guys are, like, fighting over her. And I feel like that sets an unrealistic kind of view for maybe a girl who has more guy friends than girlfriends, which I I will admit I have more guy friends than some girls. Mm-hmm. But like, none of them have feelings for me. I don't have feelings for them.
Thank you for pointing that out so everyone can hear.
No, but it's like you would think it's like, oh, if a girl has mostly like guy friends.
I don't even think it's made for that. I think it's just like, made for people who are like, if I get pretty, people will want me, and then I can just ignore them. You know, like if I get, it's a thing of like, it's made for people who feel like they're not wanted. They want to feel wanted. If you really want to be drastic about it, you know, if you really want to be.
My only problem with it is like she had to get skinny to have people like her.
That's so funny.
I'm just like.
That is so hilarious to me. Like, it's just like that whole like it just says fuck body positivity. They're just like they're just no like F body positivity. To me, that's hilarious.
They're just like the only reason you guys like her is because she's got skinny. No one sees the problem.
Yeah, no? I mean, no, it's obvious that they don't care, which is why I find it so funny. Obviously, they're like, yeah, F that. Like, we're gonna go for outlandish.
But then again, this was an older anime.
Yeah.
So.
But I think it's funny. I'm all for outlandishly absurd shit. So it gets a A-okay in my book.
Yeah, harem animes are like a whole thing on their own.
Yeah, and which is why they're so funny. Like, it's funny because a lot of people are like, oh, that's unrealistic. Like, it's like it's misogynistic. Like, there's like weird like. It's outlandish, like that would never happen in real life. I'm like, that's why they're so funny, you know, like that's why.
The point. It's animated.
That's why things are hilarious because they're outlandish, you know, like it's supposed to be hilarious, like it's exaggerated for a reason, like that's art. It's called satire, you know, like that's why I think they're hilarious. It's like stop trying to. Obviously, it doesn't fit into fucking the real world. Like that's the point. It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to be art. It's not
supposed to be realistic.
Yeah, exactly. It's not supposed to fit into like the real aspect of things. So I 100% agree, man. I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious, and I would definitely watch it.
Again, yeah, it's funny to watch.
Yeah, I feel it, dude. I 100%. Yeah, so like I 100% agree. So, you know. Yeah.
So, another thing, because I just want to get it out of the way. Mm-hmm. What is it with the fucking incest fetish in anime?
Oh, God. Yep, that is... Unfortunately, we're gonna go there, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go there.
You can't talk about the romance genre.
Like, obviously, like, it's... like, I mean, without pointing out the obvious, it's obviously the fucking... Whoever made this watched some weird fucking porn. They're
on the wrong side.
And was like, oh, yeah, let's make a shot of this. It's like...
No, they learned what Alabama was and thought, hey, I can make something out of this.
Exactly. It's just, man. I mean, it's, you know what? It's a reality. If there's a market, they'll make it.
Yeah.
If there's a market, they're gonna make it. So, obviously, I'm pretty sure there's a market for this. So,
oh, for sure.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna fucking make it. So, it's like, whatever. You know, it's just, it's the reality of it.
She has big titties.
Yeah, you know, it's like, it's weird because, like, it has that, like, weird, like, overtone of, like, it's like, I'm attracted to you, but I'm related to you, therefore I will respect you. And it's like, wow, how noble. Like, how fucking noble, you know? It's like, I don't know, to me.
Hey guys, chivalry's not dead.
Yeah, hey guys, chivalry's not dead. I won't do my fucking own relative. Like, it's like, oh, such a good guy, you know, such a good guy. And it's just like, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Therapy's over there, sir.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Yeah, it's just, to me, it's like the funniest shit ever. Yeah, thankfully I don't watch those kind of shows.
Hell no.
As soon as I'm like, I see something like that, I'm like, oh, okay, no, like, we are not doing this. You know,
like, it doesn't even have to be that they're related. The moment someone refers to another person as brother or sister, I'm just like, wait, hold the fuck up.
It's just it's fetishy, which is like just the funniest thing about it. Like, I get assuming that's what they're supposed to be like.
Like, if Alabama's a fetish.
Yep, which is, you know, yeah. What can you do, man?
What can you do?
You know, unfortunately, some things exist whether you like it or not.
And I don't like it.
Yeah, I agree.
I really don't like it.
Yeah, that reminds you of the worst anime I've ever seen in my life.
Oh.
I wouldn't say worse in that, like, it's badly made. I mean, it is badly made. I still watched the whole thing because it was like, Jesus Christ.
About.
I would not recommend anyone to watch this, but it's called Poopa.
Oh.
Yeah, that is.
Any review on it.
Yeah, that is the worst thing. You know what? I'm not even gonna explain it. You guys can go watch it. Let me know. Don't let me know what you think. Please don't. I do not want to think about that show.
If you don't want to watch it and just save yourself from it, just look up a synopsis.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, let's just leave it at. You know what? Don't watch it and then never talk about it. Because no one else should see this.
No
I am doing the world a disservice by promoting this show. Yeah. Which I'm assuming is okay.
Unfortunately, it's an easy access to watch. I'm not even going to link it in the description. If you want to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, by all means.
Good luck. Bring some holy water and bleach with you.
Yeah.
Go bleach your eyes out after
exactly.
it.
You might want to wash out your eyes after watching that absolute just terrible abomination of a show. Which is, I mean, fuck it, dude. You know, for some people, that's... God, I can't even think of a demographic that would apply to. It's just so wrong.
It's wrong on so many levels.
Wrong. Like, I can't even think of a demographic like, oh, yeah, this is normal for these kind of people. You know, it's just
no.
It's wrong, man.
If I say... Should I say it?
I would say we should not promote this show because of how
I was gonna compare it to something, but I'm just like,
yeah, you know what? Let's just leave it up to the viewer or to the listener to see if they want to put themselves through the torture that is just watching this show. Yeah. You know what? Just watch it. If you're really that curious after us telling you not to and us hyping it up, unfortunately, indirectly hyping it up so much.
No, you know, by all means. Okay, if anything, save yourself. Just watch the review on it.
No. If you're gonna, I recommend if you are so enticed to watch this fucking abomination of a show, just fucking watch it. Oh, no. Just watch it and put yourself through that torture because you already hate yourself. So you might as well make it give you other reasons to hate yourself. Because why not? Why not?
Everyone described it as like the worst
it
anime
is
would
by
be.
Far should not exist. It should not exist.
Honestly, this should not exist.
Yes.
That fucking one anime thing on 4chan, the anime that supposedly doesn't exist should exist, and this shouldn't.
Oh yeah.
Exist
The Saki Sanabashi or whatever it's called. Yeah, the most traumatic anime ever. I still think someone lied and just decided to fake some shit. People have been lying on the internet all the time. Like it was so easy to go on 4chan back in the day and just lie. And people would be like spend hours trying to search for something while someone in the back's laughing. Look at these idiots. I just made it up.
The only praise I'll give it is that it was a lie so well written that like it's believable.
Yeah.
Like, the plot seemed believable.
I mean, I guess. I remember reading the original post for like the Saki Sanabashi thing, and I was like, it doesn't it could exist. It doesn't seem that shocking. It's just, like when you add the element of it's so shocking, of course people want to watch it. You want to know an anime that's shocking? Fucking Poopa. That is an anime that's shocking. Okay, like we don't need Saki Sanabashi to exist to be like this is fucked.
The most shocking thing that I got banned in Japan was Midori. I watched it all. Midori. I mean, okay, the first 11 minutes are fucking shocking.
Honestly, that creator is a fucking mad lad, dude. He's just you know what? Most creators give up. What's the name of Evangelion? The creator of Evangelion again?
Give me a sec.
Yeah.
You keep talking.
When the creator of Evangelion got his budget cut, he was like, "Oh, I'm so sad and depressed. I'm gonna make a fucking final episode where it's just me."
Hideaki.
Huh?
Wait, no, fuck. Yeah, Hideaki.
Yeah, when he got, his...
I know you're Hideaki.
Yeah, when he got his budget cut, he was like, oh, I'm just gonna, be depressed and make a sad last episode of how I'm so sad. This guy, though, the Midori guy, was like, I'm gonna fucking run over my main... I'm gonna kill my main character with a fucking ice cream truck or whatever. What'd you get run over? A toy truck. Yeah.
No, wait, no, that's a different anime. That's Momo Minky. That's
I'm thinking of Momo Minky, yeah.
I'm talking about Midori, the one with that was so shocking that, like, it got banned in Japan.
Which one's that one?
The midget freakout scene.
Oh,
that's Midori. You're talking about Momo.
Yeah. See, I'm talking about Momo Minky, which is like the best thing to ever happen. Which is like, cause that mad lad was like, I'm gonna kill my main character. He's like, I ain't no fucking coward. He's like, I'm gonna murder my main character, and it's your fault. To symbolize how you murdered my show. Like, that is a fucking ballsy mad lad right there. Shout out to him, man. If you guys ever want to watch just the coolest thing ever made, Momo Minky. There is no anime more hardcore than Momo Minky. just because of like how this guy is just like, I'm gonna fucking murder my magic girl.
like a little
magic girls that are like the fucking most powerful things to ever exist in anime history.
Too.
Yeah, exactly. You know, magic girls are technically like gods in like the scope of anime universes because they literally have the power of gods. And this guy's like, I'm gonna kill mine by a fucking delivery truck.
Dare I say more powerful than Goku?
Absolutely more powerful than Goku, no doubt about it. But this guy was like, I'm gonna murder mine with a toy truck to show how you killed the most powerful being in the universe by being incompetent, which is pretty fucking cool. So shout out to Momo Minky. Momo Minky, right?
Yeah, Momo
Minky. Momo Minky. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about Midori. That's
okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
Midori. Yeah. If you want to traumatize yourself, I mean, I can handle it. I watched it. There's only like 2 parts I cringed at. If you want to watch it, go ahead. The full movie's on YouTube. If you want to if you can stomach it, I definitely don't recommend it for someone who really doesn't like hardcore gore. I'm not talking if you watch Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan's that gore is for pussies.
Midori's really old though, ain't it? Yeah, it's like
60s.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely out there, you know, for being like just super gory. I
guess like what kind of shocked me of it, just the whole story itself.
Yeah.
Was the fact that the animated version got banned. Yet they made a live action version, and that's completely okay to watch.
That's really funny.
But no, there was a bit of, keeping on the topic of romance, there was a bit of romance. Then again, the girl was like 10 and the guy was like 40.
Yeah, which is like, it's definitely a fucked up show.
It's a fucked up
movie. It's
movie.
A very fucked up. Yeah, movie. There you go. It's a
like
fucked up movie.
The girl was like 10, yet she got.
She got married to you guys know. Yeah, exactly. So you guys understand what we're dealing with here. Talking about this terrible. Like, well, I mean, actually, it's kind of a cool show, but it's fucked up.
It doesn't leave you shocked at the end. It leaves you more depressed because it's a depressing ass story at the end of the day.
Exactly.
But I'm surprised that it wouldn't make sense why that got banned, but fucking Poopa didn't.
Yeah, exactly. You know, because Poopa shouldn't exist being what it is. But I think the last anime I personally want to talk about, because I'm kind of drawing a blank. But,
I have more.
Oh yeah, by all means, rant. But like the last one I want to bring up for now that I can think of is like I don't know if you guys ever like heard of Midori Days. It was a manga. I don't know if I think it did get turned into a show, but it's basically like this girl gets turned into this guy's like right hand.
Oh no.
And I'm just like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. And I don't think that ever happens, but you know, it's definitely like there's like a weird implication to the whole thing, and I'm just like, oh god, no, you know, like it's really funny. Yeah, cause I remember I read the manga once. I forgot where, but it was like I read the manga once, and like I know it's an anime now, and I was like, oh god, no, oh Jesus Christ.
Okay, the thing is,
yeah, but it's also a romance kind of slice of life.
If Parasite took a wrong turn,
yeah, if Parasite got very weird. You know?
Okay, with Parasite,
he's like, what does your right hand do? It's an alien that murders people. What's your right hand?
It's a lolly.
Well, how do I describe this? How do I describe this?
I feel like it's supposed to be. I'm gonna just say,
guys, I traumatized my right hand again. How? I don't want to talk about it. Like, I don't want to talk about it, fellas. But yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, that technically does fall under the romance genre because I think she's like in love with him or something. And she's like, I will gladly be your right hand forever. And he's like, he does the fucking, you know, long hair, eyes blacked out.
Oh, no.
Really? It's like, oh no, we all know where this is going.
Oh no.
Oh no. But yeah, that's another funny, hilarious romance genre trope to throw at y'all. Yeah. Anything else?
Since we're on the topic of love, we've mostly been talking about the heterosexual stuff.
Oh no.
We're gonna go into the LGBTQ section because I feel like that's something serious that like it doesn't get talked about, or it's sort of in a way misrepresented in anime. Because I feel like it went from something that went to be overly fetishized to something where it's just only involves angst. Where, like, it's only super sad now. Like, if you're gay, you get a sad story.
Okay.
You know, obviously, like, I guess, BLs back then, they were just kind of mostly there to show off the cutesy stuff. Or to just be fetishized. Like, again, with, like, characters kind of, like, either being too hypersexual or being tempted. I can't think of an old school anime to represent that. Because like obviously in Japan this is a kind of a more conservative topic. Mm-hmm. Or like I guess a good thing something to like kind of mention it would be how Kawaru was supposed to be with Shinji, but then it was changed because censorship. Mm-hmm. Osama, I remember you told me on the whole thing, like they changed the dub, they had to rewrite it.
Well, Netflix changed the dub. Netflix decided to take out the gay boy love, which was Shinji and Kawaru, yeah. You know, I forgot what they edited before, but it was supposed to be like, I love you, Shinji, or something, and then they edited
like
to,
I was made to meet you.
I believe in you, Shinji, or something like that, and I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, let the femboys do femboy things, you know, like. So, yeah, I mean, it was definitely, like, that's a weird, like, it is, like, you know, it's kind of funny for Netflix being, like, so progressive, quote-unquote. Like, they edited out something that, like, was such a big part of the show. Yeah. And just kind of completely tried to change, like, the thing. I mean, because it's so weird. It's, like, you know, like, he cries when Karu dies and shit. Yeah. And, like, he's obviously, like, missing his man-boy lover. And it's, like Netflix completely tries to, like, avoid that. But the only thing they change is what he says. Yeah. And it's, like, obviously the implication is still there. Now it's just weird. Netflix just made it weird. There's no reason they should have changed it. And they just did. And it completely kind of made the show weird in a way with the new dub. So... kind of sucks because the original Evangelion dub is hilariously bad, which is why people like didn't want them to change commercial. It. Yeah, exactly. Which is why people didn't want them to change it. But like, you know, still like is like with the new dub, it's like okay, it's still funny. It's like, but like, it's like, come on, man. Like they took out something so like vital to the show, which like, is like.
If you take it out, it changes the perspective. Yeah,
and even then, like, they didn't bother to change anything else. So it's like, the perspective is still kind of there, but now it's like...
It's weird.
Okay, yeah, now it's just awkward. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, like, again, with censorship in Japan, Naruto and Sasuke were supposed to be endgame for Naruto. Mm-hmm. Like, they were originally supposed to end up together, but I guess censorship, you had to add... they had to change that.
To hit Hinata
and Sakura. On the point of Hinata, what is it with all like the too shy?
I mean, that's a fetish, like, you know. That's obviously
the submissive
a fetish,
shy girl. When Hinata was a fucking badass.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's a fetish. You know, people are like, oh, I'm a shy girl who's not gonna question anything I say. You know,
Boruto ruined the female characters. You can't change my mind on that. They made them from badass ninjas to housewives. I will never be more disappointed.
Shout out to Boruto. But, yeah, it is pretty funny. I mean, you know, it's a weird fetish. That's obviously a weird-ass fetish about, like, you know, people who just want fucking, I want a shy girl who's never going to question the things I say. It's like, fucking loser. It's like, you fucking pussy. Why don't you date a real woman? But, yeah.
Fucking Tsunade.
Exactly. So, I don't know, man. Yeah, like, yeah, the LGBTQ thing in anime, definitely, like, there is, like, a weird lack of representation. I think the reason that was done, though, is, like, because, you know, like, in like the 90s and stuff when they started heavily marketing like anime towards like Western, you know, culture in the US. I mean, I'm pretty sure they dumbed that down a lot in order to try to get more US shows, because I know US shows like comprise a lot of like anime's like income. You know, like I think like a little more than half, or like well, just about half. I'm not sure, but it's somewhere close to half that they like that accounts for like, you know, profit in like the anime industry. So I'm pretty sure they dumbed it down for that. Yeah. You know, which is like, I mean. Sucks, but it's like, what can you do? You know, these are businesses at the end of the day. Obviously, they have all they care about is their bottom line. So it's like, you know,
or like what their higher ups have to say, like whatever the higher ups say,
which is all about their bottom line. You know, which is like that's what it comes down to. Again, so it's like you know, it's like you can get mad, you can say it's like wrong, but all they care about is what the sales say. You know, which is like, what can you do? At the end of the day, what can you do?
But like I remember earlier. 2000s, the only thing that would count as LGBTQ stuff would be the visual novel games or their fucking...
Yeah. I think the manga aspect of it, because I mean that was like the original releases were always like the mangas.
Yeah, but it's always like fucking like hentai-ish, borderline hentai-ish.
Yeah, which I mean, because they could get away with more if it's not on TV. You know? They could get away with more shit if it's not like on like... If it's not being animated by a studio and marketed, where you had to get multiple people involved.
BL visual novels actually did get animated. I see some on Crunchyroll.
Right.
But even then, I looked into that one. They had to censor a bunch of that shit.
Well, because a lot of them were games.
They were games that like were BLs, but they were super gory.
Oh yeah. I mean, they because like I said, you can get away with more stuff.
Yeah,
and then it's not marketed to like a big name like Western Studio. You know, when they're not involved, you can get away with a lot of things. Yeah. So I mean, that's what they were doing. You know? Yeah, but like the romance genre is very interesting.
But since I'm talking about LGBTQ, it slowly started digressing from being only fetishized to start, I guess, being more angsty. I feel like a good one that kind of plays in on like everything is Yuri on Ice. I don't know if you heard of that one. Yes. The ice skating one.
Yes.
That one's actually pretty good. Because you have sports. You definitely see a sports mentality in there, as well as romance. You definitely see the problems of, what gay men have to go through, even in the sports industry, as well in real life.
I've never watched it, so I would just agree. I have not watched it, so I don't have an opinion on this show yet. But I'll take your word for it.
But it's very cute. It has its moments, like where it's like cheesy. Of course, you have a rival-ish figure. It's been a while since we watched it, but it's definitely a happier one compared to the new ones that are being released.
Right.
It has its moments where it's like sad, but it's also like it's very cute.
Right.
And I feel like it doesn't fetishize it too much.
I mean, I that might be because it's a sports anime.
Yeah, and it's ice skating.
Yeah, so they're like, oh guys, it's not a love anime, it's a sports anime. So they're trying to dumb down the fucking romance aspect of it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because I don't see why some shows do that when like every show has a romance aspect to it. Yeah. I mean, there's a love interest in literally every anime. I can't think of one that there isn't, whether it works out or not. You know?
Or even where it's just like lightly implied.
Yeah. So I feel that, dude.
Yeah. But newer stuff, definitely they want to focus more on the angsty parts.
Right.
One that my cousin and friends have forever been referring me to, which I need to find a place to watch. I might have to steal your Prime account. Is Banana Fish.
Banana Fish.
It's new. Going off from people told me it's about drugs.
Okay. An anime about drugs.
It's drugs and then like I guess gangs. But the cast is mostly male, and though there is no love interest, it is implied between the two main characters. But it focuses more on like they can't be together because of what they're involved with. Like it's not a Romeo Juliet thing. It's like
it's like a forbidden love thing because they're cool gangsters.
No, it's not a Romeo Juliet thing. It's not. It's kind of more secret government organizations, and based on what they know, there has to be sacrifices.
Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna have to watch
Therefore,
that.
I guess they can't be together. Like supposedly, it's really sad. It made my cousin cry. It made some of my friends cry. I'm just like, okay, what's all the hullabaloo about? I might watch
nothing makes me cry unless it's like a Miyazaki film.
I cried like a baby during Devilman Crybaby.
See, I didn't. I was just like, oh, that's crazy. They beheaded his girlfriend. I was like, damn, that's crazy. But I see what you mean.
God.
Yeah, femboy Lucifer, blonde femboy Lucifer beheaded his boo thing. Which
he fucking tore his legs off.
Yeah, tore his legs off too, and then the mob beheaded his boo thing. So yeah, man, that's crazy. But I agree, man. It's like I gotta watch that show. I need some good new shows, especially me being so picky.
Yeah.
I am I definitely need some good new shows to watch.
Another one would be another one that I guess everyone's watching now is Given, where it's a music one.
Oh God.
It's a band, but I guess like one of the members, like their boyfriend died. Which I guess plays a big role into his character.
Okay.
I heard the music's good, and they're gonna get a movie or season 2.
Okay.
Again, I need to watch that one.
Okay.
But like, again, it's a lot of like angst. But then again, I can't really say that it's all inks due to me not having to watch it. But I know that's a big part of it.
Yeah, I think it's like, I think it's important to realize that, like I said, every show's got a love interest with. Just because, I mean, that sells, you know? It's like the most, like, sellable genre. Like, there's hardly any stories in general. Like, even Western movies, there's hardly any movies that don't have a love interest. I can't think of one that doesn't off the top of my head. So it's like, I mean, that's just what comes with, like, any type of story. You know, people like a good, you know, good love interest. The guy gets the girl. The guy gets the guy. The girl gets the guy. The girl gets the girl. The bunny gets the wolf. The wolf gets the bunny.
Non-binary gets the non-binary.
Exactly.
Everyone gets
everyone
someone.
Fucks. You know, it's like...
Except for the aces.
Except for that. Yeah, so, I mean, I just think it's a normal part of the show.
Yeah.
So why not? Take it for what it is.
Trying to think of more of the LGBTQ stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they have... I mean, there's some, but, like, it's definitely...
There's some for girls, too.
Yeah,
I think...
Like, it's definitely something that I think, like, is going to require more representation throughout.
At least, like, more... I guess... More diverse representation. Because you only... There's some bi characters, but, like... No, there's even some trans. Would we call the guy from Michiko and Hodgkin trans?
I thought he was gay.
Oh.
I mean, I don't
know. Whatever
I
they
don't
want
think
to
that they mention it. I mean, I think it's just kind of implied, like, he's somewhere, like, on the spectrum of, like, LGBTQ, but I don't think it's implied, like, where he identifies as. I just think, like, you know, it's implied that he's LGBTQ.
I'm gonna go they, them.
Yeah, which is, like, I mean, it just, like, that one's based off, like, Brazilian culture and stuff, too. Mm-hmm. So, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean...
But I guess, like, now...
Yeah.
You can start seeing, like, stuff in Japan become a little less... they're still heavily conservative. But I guess in terms of anime, you got stuff that's coming out less conservative. Another one being... They're making an anime about skateboarding, Osama. It's called Skate Infinity.
Funny. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
And I guess that one's also going down the same route of, like, their implied love interest. Mm-hmm. And, again, I love the representation. I just hope it's not too heavily inks. I'm trying to remember where I heard it from.
As long as there's magical girls, people getting beheaded and gore,
Momo Minky.
And Momo Minky moments, I'll be a happy watcher.
I don't know where I heard it, but someone, I think, is comparing it to Banana Fish. Which I'm just like, how does an anime about skateboarding involve drugs? Then again, you never know. Well, At the end of the day, it's anime. It's one of those stuff you can't explain.
Depends on, you know, the sky's the limit when you're a creator, I guess.
Yeah.
But who knows, man? It's some good stuff to look into the future. Mm-hmm. You know? Well?
I definitely want to see kind of... I'm trying to remember if Carol and Tuesday would be described as a lesbian one.
I've never seen that one.
It's a singing one.
I know, I've seen it on Netflix, but I've never
the only thing I remember from that one is the fucking bullshit.
Oh, is that where that's from?
That's where that's from.
That's pretty funny.
That's the only thing you can take away from that one. I need to watch the rest. But then again, I feel like there needs to be more representation for different people on the LGBTQ spectrum. Mm-hmm. On there. Yeah. I mean, that's where I'm enjoying it. Again, I don't know a lot about this genre because it's not my thing. Like, I'll watch some of it, but at the end of the day, my preference is forever going to be shojo, action, psychological thriller, and occasional horror for anime.
Okay.
Again, there's gonna be some romance. Should we fucking call Tomie romance? Because...
No, I think that's more fetishy.
Yeah.
Like, that goes into the same, like...
Junji...
arena is it's just... I mean, that's horror,
that's
too.
Horror,
that's
too.
More of a horror genre. Like, it's more psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think romance anime is more like the stuff that we covered today, you know, having to do with, like, their stuff like harems. A lot of slice of life. Because, like I said, there's romance in literally every anime. You know, and, like, in some way, like, all these things can apply to them. But if we're getting, like, you know, specific, the stuff that just specifically focuses on, like, romance anime, you would have to talk about, it's usually a lot of, like, a slice of life stuff.
It's a lot of slice of life.
Yeah, which is, like, I mean, there's and like at the end of the day, a lot of them do kind of follow the same format, but they are pretty funny, you know. And like I said, like they're like you should watch it as lightheartedly as it's depicted, because as soon as you start taking it seriously, you kind of like lose the aspect that it's supposed to be satire.
It's supposed to just be funny in some way.
Yes,
it's supposed
exactly.
to just be satire.
Yeah.
It's supposed to just not make sense because at the end of the day, it's anime.
Exactly.
And it's not supposed to be taken seriously. It's not supposed to be realistic.
Exactly.
I think one thing we should cover just to end of it is misunderstood romances in anime. Because I remember when you were talking about anime to one of your friends, Samurai Champloo got brought up of Mugen and Fu.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I don't even think it's ever implied there's tension, you know, which is like, there's like, it's more like, that's more like three buddies, you know, going to try to accomplish a goal. Like, yeah, that one, there's like romances throughout that anime, but it's like...
It's never within the main three.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I personally never saw any tension.
Me neither.
Between any of them throughout the whole show. I don't think there was ever any implied. To my friends, supposedly it's implied. I did not see it implied anywhere. No. Just from what I saw. I mean, maybe there's like little funny like situations here and there, but I don't think it was ever implied that like there was romance brewing between any of them.
There wasn't.
Yeah, just like because like the whole point of that character is like she's not looking for romance. She's looking for like to find her dad.
Yeah,
you know?
she's looking
like,
to find her dad.
They're all looking for an end goal.
Yeah. Mugen and Jin to kill each other. She's the only one just kind of keeping them apart.
Exactly.
She's just like, look, if you help me find my dad, then you can kill each other.
It's definitely more of a platonic, good buddy friendship thing. Like, I personally did not see any, like, implication that there was romance involved. But then again, that's just me. Maybe I missed something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just what I saw. So.
Like, the only, like, thing I remember that involved romance from that show was that one episode where Jin helped that...
The brothel
worker, yeah.
The prostitute, yeah. I mean, there was a whole thing of the guy who was trying to get at food the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
But she was, like, not interested. And then with Mugen, I mean, I don't think he ever fell in love with anyone, but there was, like, the assassin girl who, like, wanted to kind of hook up with him, and he, like, saw right through it or something like that.
Mm-hmm. No, Mugen was more like the prostitute.
Yeah, Mugen didn't care. He was like, I'm cool. Yeah.
Another thing is... Dororo, because I've seen a lot of people like be like Dororo and Hyakkimaru are endgames. Like, no, his endgame was always like Mio. Also, Dororo's a little kid.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
But
someone turn on TV. But anyways, but just going back to what I'm saying, it's like I'm saying, like I feel like there wasn't really like even with Dororo, like the only romantic like aspect to it was like
the side character.
Yeah, the side character. But even then, like, I didn't see anything brewing between Dororo and
Hyakkimaru. It was more of a big brother, little
sister. Exactly. And if you're one of those people that thinks somehow that qualifies as romance,
no.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Dororo's an orphan. Hyakkimaru is now an orphan.
Exactly. It was definitely more of a brother-sister thing. I did not see anything incestual applied to it.
Hell no.
And I will stand by that.
Yeah, okay, first of all, Hyakkimaru was like 19. Dororo was like 12.
Yeah, so
you already know by like the 6th episode that Hyakkimaru had a thing for Mio.
Yeah.
And like to go as far as to like honor her wish at the end, bit spoiler, at the last episode to get that rice field she never got to have. And so that is more enough to be like, well, also he killed a bunch of people for her when she died. Spoiler.
Right. Well, definitely watch it. I think that's one of the best shows ever made.
The remake is amazing.
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend it. Well, I think this is a good place to stop because it looks like there's background noise. But we hope y'all enjoyed the show. We obviously have a lot more to say.
It's a little bit shorter than the last one.
Yeah, this one's a little bit shorter, because we wanted to focus on a very specific topic.
And honestly, let's be honest, we don't have that much knowledge on it, so we're just kind of winging it.
So it's like, fuck it, man. Like, we're just gonna, we just wanted to give our little opinions on the things we see. So
it's the obligatory Valentine's Day episode.
Yes, the obligatory post-Valentine's
Happy late Valentine's Day to all the couples, singles, and friends
to all the happy, loving couples out there, I wish you a very breakup. So... happy Plan B Day, y'all, the 15th. So, hope you all enjoyed.
Again, happy Valentine's Day, happy Plan B Day, whatever you want to call it, whatever you celebrate. If not, this year was another Sunday for y'all.
Yes. Alrighty, well, hope y'all liked it. Toodles.
Bye.
Bye-bye.